Welcome back. Today, we explore the value of these bad condition Jefferson nickel coins that are worth more than you think, so let's get started. First up, the 1970 Jefferson nickel is an important coin for collectors, not only because of its design and minting, but also due to the unique conditions surrounding its production. The nickel features an obverse design of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, and the reverse features an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. These designs were created by Felix Schlag, and they have been in use on the Jefferson nickel since its inception in 1938. However, the 1970 coin stands out for several reasons. The large date variety seen on the 1970 nickel, along with the presence of the mint mark S San Francisco, adds to its allure for collectors. Coins with the S mint mark from this era are generally considered rarer and more desirable due to their lower mintage compared to those produced at the Philadelphia or Denver mints. Despite the dirty condition of this coin, its value can still be considerable in today's auction market. A dirty coin, as collectors often note, is one that has not been properly cleaned or maintained and may have accumulated tarnish, discoloration, or damage from handling. While this can lower its immediate market value compared to a pristine example, the rarity of the coin still makes it attractive to collectors seeking to complete their collections. The 1970 Jefferson nickel with the S mint mark carries the same design as other Jefferson nickels. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson is shown in a left-facing portrait, and beneath him you'll find the inscription Liberty and the year of minting, 1970. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home, with the words Monticello inscribed above and a pluribus unum inscribed below. The presence of the S mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the San Francisco Mint, which is known for producing coins with slightly different characteristics compared to those minted in other cities. This includes subtle differences in detail, sharpness, and finish, adding a layer of collectability to the. Though it might seem counterintuitive, coins in dirty condition can still fetch impressive prices at auction, particularly if they are rare or have desirable mint marks. The 1970 large-date Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark can be worth between $59,000 or more, depending on its condition, despite the tarnish and discoloration. If the coin were in better condition, its value could easily rise significantly. In fact, a 1970 S Jefferson nickel in excellent condition could fetch upwards of $66,000 or more, making this coin a sought-after piece in the market. There is an active collector interest in coins with historical significance like the Jefferson nickel, especially when they are produced in limited quantities or when minting errors are present. The dirty condition of this particular coin does not deter collectors. Rather, it may even increase the interest for those looking for coins that tell a more authentic story of circulation. Although this coin does not exhibit any minting errors, its dirty condition might make it a fascinating choice for collectors who focus on as-is pieces. Such coins are often sought after for their history and the character that comes with the years of wisdom. Next up, let's take a look at the 1977 Jefferson nickel with the D mint mark, featuring the large date variety and an interesting green discoloration, like the 1970 example. The 1977 nickel is part of the long-running Jefferson series, which has undergone only minor changes since its introduction in 1938. The obverse of the coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse portrays the Monticello building. The minting process for this coin began in the mid-1970s, with the mint marks indicating where the coins were struck. The D mint mark represents the Denver Mint, and coins with this mark are generally considered more common than those from San. However, certain years, like 1977, saw varying levels of mintage, making them still valuable for specific collectors. On the obverse of the 1977 Jefferson nickel, Jefferson's portrait is surrounded by the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the mint year. The reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's estate, accompanied by the words Monticello and the Latin phrase E pluribus. The large date variety of the 1977 Jefferson nickel is characterized by the larger numerals in the date. This subtle difference in the size of the digits makes this version stand out from its counterparts and adds to its appeal among collectors who focus on date varieties. The 1977 D Mint Mark Jefferson nickel, in dirty condition, generally sees lower prices at auction due to its tarnish. However, this does not mean the coin is without value. In a condition as described by its coloration, it might be sold for around $30,000 at auction depending on the severity of the discoloration and overall wear. In higher grades, with less tarnish and better preservation, the 1977 Jefferson nickel can fetch upwards of $37,000 when considering its historical context and the large date variety. Collectors find this coin to be an interesting addition to their Jefferson nickel sets, even with the less-than-ideal color. The 1977 nickel does not display any major minting errors, however. Its discoloration, due to environmental factors, is intriguing. Many collectors who focus on coins with unique aging characteristics often seek out pieces like this one, as they offer an insight into the life of the coin in circulation. Next up, the 1985 Jefferson nickel stands out in the world of numismatics due to its historical significance, design features, and unique characteristics. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938 and has been a staple in American coinage ever since. The 1985 issue features the classic design of President Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and the iconic Monticello building on the reverse, which has been a signature element since the inception of the coin. In 1985, the United States Mint produced over 400 million Jefferson nickels, which made it one of the more common years for the coin. Despite the relatively high mintage, certain varieties, especially those in unusual conditions, can fetch higher prices on the market. This particular coin features a large date variety, which is a distinguishing feature for collectors. The large date refers to the increased size of the numerals in the year, which was noticeable when comparing it to other coins of the same period. The total mintage of the 1985 Jefferson nickel was more than 400 million. While the general population of this coin is abundant, certain rare conditions or errors make this coin much more valuable. The mint mark on this coin is a D, signifying that it was produced at the Denver Mint. The obverse of the 1985 Jefferson nickel features a left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, originally designed by Felix Schlag in 1938. The reverse showcases Monticello, Jefferson's historic home in Virginia. The coin is made of a copper-nickel alloy with a diameter of 21.2 millimeters and a weight of 5 grams. This coin's most striking feature, however, is its multicolor dirty condition. Over time, coins like this can develop unique toning, ranging from coppery reds to deep blues and greens. This colorful toning, while considered undesirable in some collector circles due to the dirt and corrosion associated with it, can also add a distinctive character to the coin. The condition does affect its value, but for collectors who appreciate unique characteristics, it adds to the coin's appeal. While the standard 1985 Jefferson nickel is worth face value, this particular coin, given its multi-color dirty condition, can see a significant price increase, particularly at auctions where buyers are seeking unusual specimens. Depending on the extent of its condition, this coin can fetch anywhere from $53,000, especially if the multicolored toning is striking and rare. Although not an error coin in the traditional sense, e.g., D errors, the dirty condition, and the large date variety make this coin of particular interest to collectors. The fact that it carries the D Mint mark adds to its appeal, as coins from different mints often have varying levels of scarcity and demand. Collectors who are interested in toned coins, error varieties, or unique condition types are likely to be attracted to this specimen. Next up, the 1981 Jefferson nickel, like its 1985 counterpart, is a coin that often goes unnoticed due to its relatively high mintage. However, a rare P-era mint mark version of this coin, particularly in a dirty color condition, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. Let's explore why this coin is one to watch in the modern numismatic market. The 1981 Jefferson nickel was part of a series of regular issues of the Jefferson nickel which had been redesigned in the 1930s. The 1981 edition carried the familiar design of Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. This coin also marked the continuing trend of minting coins in large numbers to meet the growing demand for circulating currency. With more than 500 million 1981 Jefferson nickels minted, the coin is abundant in general circulation. However, the key to its collectible value lies in specific errors or misstrikes, and the P-mint mark error makes this coin particularly interesting to numismatists. Coins struck with a mint mark in error are often seen as a reflection of the minting process and add an element of rarity to an otherwise common coin. The design on the 1981 Jefferson nickel is relatively straightforward, as it was part of the ongoing series of Jefferson nickel coins. The obverse shows a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, and the reverse features Monticello, Jefferson's home. The coin was struck in a copper-nickel alloy and has a standard weight and diameter. Normally, Jefferson nickels are minted at the Denver D and Philadelphia P mints. However, the 1981 coin carries a P error mint mark. This error is significant because it is a misplacement of the mint mark typically caused by the die or the minting process. While not overly rare, these error coins are highly sought after by collectors who focus on minting mistakes, making them significantly more valuable than their non-error counterparts. Like the previous coin, this particular 1981 Jefferson nickel is in a dirty color condition, meaning it has developed a layer of dirt, oxidation, or corrosion. While this detracts from the aesthetic of the coin, in some ways it can add an element of character for certain buyers, particularly those who enjoy the vintage look of older coins or those with natural toning. Depending on the severity of the dirt and the appearance of the color, this can also add some intrigue for collectors. Coins with the P error mint mark can range in price depending on the overall condition of the coin. A regular 1981 Jefferson nickel in good condition might be worth around $10,000, but the P error version in a dirty color condition can fetch between $93,000 depending on demand. The market value fluctuates based on collectors' interest in error coins and the specific toning of the coin. Collectors of error coins are always on the lookout for unique minting mistakes, and the P error mint mark on the 1981 Jefferson nickel makes it a prime candidate for interest. These collectors are often willing to pay a premium for error varieties that differ from the standard issue. The dirty color condition, while not necessarily appealing to all collectors, might attract those who specialize in coins with distinctive characteristics or those who are looking for unique pieces to add to their collections. Next up, the 1999 Jefferson nickel is a key coin for collectors due to the significant design changes that occurred at the end of the century. The obverse of the coin features the iconic image of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag, while the reverse depicts his home, Monticello. This coin is part of a transition into the new millennium, and its value lies not only in the design, but in the rarity of specific mint marks and variations, such as the ALB-P mint mark seen on many examples. In 1999, the US Mint produced millions of Jefferson nickels, but certain factors, such as production errors, aging, and minting anomalies, have contributed to the unique value of the 1999 P variety. Though the coin may not be rare in terms of mintage, the condition and the unique characteristics it possesses make it a sought-after collectible. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse, which depicts Monticello, has remained consistent for many years. The IP mint mark denotes that it was minted in Philadelphia, and this specific coin is characterized by its large date variation. Despite being a relatively modern coin, the 1999 Jefferson nickel is still considered a favorite among collectors because of its age and significance in the late 20th century. It is particularly notable when found in any condition, but can be of immense value when found in rare, mint-quality conditions or with noticeable errors. The value of the 1999 Jefferson nickel with a P mint mark can vary greatly based on condition. In dirty condition, the coin may not fetch as much as a pristine example. However, its historical significance and collector demand still give it an estimated value ranging from $25,000 or more, depending on specific auction circumstances. The dirty condition of this coin can either lower or increase its value, as collectors often seek coins that retain much of their original mint luster. Some buyers are willing to accept coins with tarnish, dirt, or slight corrosion, while others prefer to wait for a cleaner example to hit the market. This coin's specific features, such as its larger date, add intrigue to its value. For instance, if the coin exhibits any noticeable minting errors, such as misstrikes, this can significantly increase its worth. Collectors show interest in the 1999 Jefferson nickel because of its place in American history. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation for over a century and each year brings minor changes to the design. The 1999 release was an important part of this tradition. As with many modern coins, there is a focus on the nuances of mint marks and the effects of production techniques, which is why specific years such as the 1999 P large date are highlighted for collectors. Next up, the 1988 Jefferson nickel has historical significance as it is part of the era of nickel design stability. The coin was minted during a time when the US Mint had solidified its designs and the Jefferson nickel had been in circulation for decades. Although the design remained largely the same, the economic climate of the late 1980s led to increased demand for coin collecting. This resulted in a growing interest in coins from the 1980s, including the 1988 Jefferson nickel. In 1988, the Mint produced billions of Jefferson nickels, but certain variations, especially those with clear mint marks, were more desirable. The Mint produced coins in several mints, and the AP Mint mark on this coin indicates it was produced in Philadelphia. As with most Jefferson nickels, the 1988 coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. This design had become iconic and was featured on nickels for many years. On the reverse, the depiction of Jefferson's Monticello estate remains a hallmark of the design. The large date on the 1988 Jefferson nickel is significant because it marked a shift in the appearance of the date compared to earlier coins, making it easier for collectors to distinguish between certain years. The P Mint mark further signifies the coin's origin and is a notable feature for those seeking this particular variety. Coins minted at Philadelphia were more prevalent during this period, but the mint mark on these coins is often sought after for its historical meaning. The 1988 Jefferson nickel with AP Mint mark in circulated condition typically has a market value ranging from $30,000 in today's auction markets. The value of the coin can depend on the level of circulation wear, the clarity of the mint mark, and the overall quality of the coin's features. While it's not particularly rare, it is part of a set of coins from the late 1980s that are becoming increasingly valuable due to their age. Coins from the 1980s, especially in circulated condition, tend to hold sentimental value for those who collected coins as children or for those who seek pieces from their youth. Over time, the demand for these coins in decent condition has. Collectors are drawn to the 1988 Jefferson nickel due to its status as a collectible piece from the late 20th century. This coin represents a time when the US Mint's designs were relatively stable and there was less experimentation with the coin's appearance. These P Mint mark coins are particularly desirable for collectors interested in mint-specific pieces. As with the 1999 coin, errors or variations in this coin can significantly increase its collector interest and value. Next up, the 1970 Jefferson nickel, minted in the United States, is part of the famous Monticello series, which features the iconic Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello, his historic estate, on the This coin has garnered attention for its unique characteristics and its connection to the historical figure of Thomas Jefferson, who served as the third president of the United States. The coin was first struck in 1938, with ongoing production for circulation, but the 1970 version marked the continuation of this iconic design in a new era. In the year 1970, the US economy was undergoing significant shifts due to the backdrop of post-World War II recovery and the expanding role of the US dollar in international trade. The Jefferson nickel, which had been minted since 1938, saw some changes during the 1960s and 1970s. While the 1970 nickel was largely struck for regular circulation, certain examples have been discovered with rare characteristics, such as the large date with AD mint mark, and these have captured the attention of collectors. The large date variant is particularly sought after, adding to the coin's allure and value. The 1970 Jefferson nickel had a relatively standard mintage, but due to its design and the occurrence of specific variations like the large date, it stands out in the market today. The mintage figures for the 1970 coin was substantial, yet the combination of the D mint mark and large date era has led to higher than usual collector interest, especially for coins that are in certain conditions. When it comes to the dirty condition, the coin's value is influenced by its appearance and grade. While dirty coins are typically considered less valuable than well-preserved specimens, this particular 1970 D nickel with the large date has been noted for fetching significant prices even in less than ideal states. In fact, certain auction sales have seen these coins reach upward of $100,000 depending on the rarity of the specific example and its condition. The obverse of the 1970 Jefferson nickel showcases a portrait of Thomas Jefferson, which is based on the famous portrait painted by artist Rembrandt Peale. Jefferson's features are dignified and engraved with precision, conveying the sense of his historical importance. The reverse side of the coin displays Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia plantation home, set against a horizontal background with the inscription Monticello and a pluribus unum surrounding the image. The D mint mark, located on the reverse near the bottom right corner of Monticello, signifies that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint. Additionally, the large date variation is notable for its distinct numeral size, which stands out from the standard 1970 Jefferson nickel design. The main feature that sets the 1970 Jefferson nickel apart from other nickels is its large date error, which makes it an anomaly among regular mint strikes. This error was likely caused by misaligned dies during production, creating an oversized date on the coin's obverse. The collector community, especially those specializing in errors and rare mint marks, has shown significant interest in these variants, pushing the prices higher. The coin is sought after not just by general collectors, but also by enthusiasts of US mint errors and those who appreciate the historical context surrounding Thomas Jefferson. Additionally, examples in dirty or circulated conditions are also in demand due to their rarity, with some being sold at auctions for a considerable premium due to the public interest in rare coins that remain in circulation. In today's market, the 1970 Jefferson nickel with a large date and AD mint mark in dirty condition can fetch values well above face value, often reaching $100,000 or more depending on the specific example. Coins with these features are highly regarded by collectors and investors alike, as they are considered rare and often associated with unique historical context. Next up, the 1964 Jefferson nickel is another key issue in the long-running Monticello series that began in 1938. While this coin is part of the regular issue coins for circulation, its value has risen significantly among collectors over time, particularly for certain variations. The year 1964 is significant in US history, as it marks the final year of the 9-tel-Beale coinage before the US Mint transitioned to copper-nickel clad coins. Although the Jefferson nickel from 1964 was a standard release, it is important to note that specific errors or unique characteristics can make certain examples valuable. In 1964, the US Mint produced large numbers of coins for circulation, including the nickel. However, the Monticello design continued to be a staple of the US Mint's output, and the coins produced during this time were emblematic of the nation's growth and transition into a new era. The 1964 Jefferson nickel was produced in large quantities, making it a common coin in circulation. The total mintage for 1964 was over 100 million coins. However, when examining a large date variation without a mint mark, the value of these coins increases due to their rarity and the specific features that make them stand out among the mintage. The coin in circulated, dirty condition can have a value of around $42,000 depending on the wear and tear it has experienced. However, examples in better condition, even those with a little wear, can fetch significantly more in auction settings. The value in today's market is highly contingent upon the coin's grading, with some auctions reaching figures well beyond the typical circulation value for coins with rare characteristics. The 1964 Jefferson nickel showcases the same obverse and reverse design as the other Monticello coins, with Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the front and Monticello on the. The lack of a mint mark on this specific coin indicates that it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as opposed to the Denver Mint or San Francisco Mint. The obverse features a portrait of Jefferson that highlights his refined features, while the reverse displays a side view of Monticello, framed by the inscription Monticello and a pluribus unum. While the 1964 Jefferson nickel is not known for any major minting errors, the large date variety has garnered attention from error coin collectors due to its noticeable difference from the standard size. Collectors who specialize in coins with subtle design anomalies often seek these varieties. The presence of a dirty or circulated example can reduce its overall grade, but the interest from collectors seeking this unique variation often results in a higher than normal market value, especially for coins that are well preserved despite their circulated condition. The 1964 Jefferson nickel in circulated, dirty condition is not an especially rare coin in terms of its mintage, but its collector demand has increased due to the large date variation. Coins like this, even in poor condition, can see auction values ranging from $49,000 depending on their specific features and rarity. The overall value of this coin in today's market fluctuates based on collector interest and the coin's state of preservation. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And as always, keep hunting for those rare treasures